Hey everyone, fellow Hybraters, infinite energetic beings. This is Ricky from the Highbrate community. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and we are raising your vibrations to send a high vibration impulse to the cosmos. Now, starting this year, I decided I need to look back and reflect on what I'm doing in my current life, and that is when I jotted down 4 key areas which I thought I should look upon and to see how I can identify ways to determine what my current quality of life is. And when I did that, I realized the things which I were doing wrong, the things which I were doing absolutely right, and the things which I absolutely need to do to take my life from this level to this level. Now, I'm sure a lot of us are here to make a mark in our lives and to work on ways to improve our lifestyle and to make the right choices to advance in our life and to keep improving, and that is human nature. We, like nature, like plants, tend to grow each and every day, and it is difficult for us human beings to stay stagnant in life and to reach a stage where we think that yes, this is something which I've achieved. You're going to feel good for a week, for a month, but after that you'll look for ways to grow from there and to take leaps from there or to jump from there to higher levels. And we are working to raise your vibrations every day, and if you're interested to know what your current vibrations are, I would recommend you to take the vibration assessment quiz. This is a complete 360-degree assessment of your current vibrations. A lot of people, hundreds and hundreds of people all over the world, across all the continents, have taken this quiz and identified what their current vibrations are and what they need to do to raise their vibrations or to shift their life to the next level. Now, to determine my current quality of life, I broadly divided my life into 4 parts, where under each part what I have done is I have listed down 5 things. And out of 10, I have rated from my gut level, from my intuition, that first instinct, as to what my rating out of 10 would be. So this is what I've done. This is what the framework ideally is, and let me show you how I have done it to assess my current quality of life, which you could implement in your current life as well, and see what your current level of your current review and your current quality. I'm sorry, I was not able to catch that word, but the current quality of your life is what I determined, and what you could determine as well, and this is how it is. So in the first broad category, I have listed down as my body. Now, our body is our vehicle which carries our spirit, our energy, our thoughts, our emotions, and everything within us is being carried with this body, and it is important to treat this as a temple. I'm sure we must have heard of this. So but we, due to our lifestyle and due to our life, are not able to take care of our body as to how we would have liked to. So under my first broad category, I've listed on body, and under body I've had 5 different subcategories, where the first one being sleep. Now, sleep is important. We all know how stressed we are in life and how important sleep is. Now, an adult ideally requires 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day, and if you're going through a lot of insomnia, a lot of sleeplessness, or if you're constantly busy, then it is difficult to catch that required rest which is needed by the body to function properly, for all the organs to seamlessly coordinate and collaborate with each other, all the cells, the right blood flow in each organ. So all of this is important, and all of this only happens when we give the required rest, which is sleep, which is given to our body. So out of 1 to 10, I would want you to rate how good your sleep is. Now, the second subcategory under body is food. Now, food is again the fuel to this vehicle, and the quality of fuel which you put into the vehicle is going to determine how the vehicle is going to run in the longer run as well. So it's a long-term investment which you make on yourself by eating the healthy choices of food. And if you think you are having a good high vibration diet, then rate yourself higher on the scale out of 10. Now the third subcategory under body is exercising. Now we constantly need to make sure that this body is not sluggish and this body does not stagnate to one certain point. It is important to keep this moving, just similar to a vehicle. You can't just leave that vehicle to stand down and not operate it at all, and then suddenly if you ask the vehicle to drive, then all the batteries are going to go down, right? So similarly, exercising adds that lubricants to your body where you feel a lot more free, and the body sustains the good health in the long run when you keep exercising every day. So out of 10, I would want you to rate how good you are in exercising in your current state of life. The fourth subcategory under body, which I have listed down, is water. Now human body is 80% of water, and it's important to keep drinking clean fresh water every alternate hour or every hour, if however that suits you. But we tend to neglect water a lot because it's something which we only take when we feel thirsty or when we feel the need to. But our body constantly requires good water to function properly. So identify how well you drink water in your current life and rate it out of 10. The fifth subcategory under body, which I have listed down, is your personal hygiene. Now your personal hygiene is very drastically impacted through your vibrations. The way you feel, the way you dress, the way you groom yourself, all of these counts as a very important step in raising your vibrations and identifying how well you're doing in your current quality of life as far as personal hygiene is concerned is extremely important for your body and your overall lifestyle and health and happiness and also well-being. Right, the second broad category after body which I have identified is our mind. Now our mind is like the software to this hardware of body which we have, and our mindset is again extremely important to determine how we think and what our vibrations would be. So in the mind, I have listed down 5 subcategories, where the first one being mindfulness. Mindfulness and meditation is linked with calming your mind down and allowing all your egoistic thoughts, your monkey mind, to stay away, and everything which comes from your intuition, from your higher self, from the universe around you, from your angels, is what you really need to think. Now that is when you get inspired ideas, you get good thoughts which make you feel good and which make you feel highly energetic. So it is important to take care of your mind by adopting mindfulness and meditation every day. And if you're new to meditation, I recommend you to check the Days 11 minutes meditation challenge. We are running the Days 11 minutes meditation challenge for people who are finding it difficult to start meditation on a consistent basis, and we guarantee you that after 11 days you will be able to meditate anywhere, anytime, at your own discretion or at your own expense. Right, the second subcategory under mind is reading. Now I'm currently reading The Intelligent Investor, which constantly makes me think and which helps me grow my mind. So it is important to take care of your mind by constantly challenging it with new thoughts, with new thought patterns, with new ideas, and stepping out of your comfort zone and reading something which spikes your interest but you're not very sure about is definitely going to help you grow your mind and also your quality of life. So reading again is a fantastic habit which I've been incorporating after I've assessed my own quality of life, and it is something which you could rate on a scale of 1 to 10 as well. Right, now the third subcategory under mind which I've identified is writing. Now similar to reading, writing helps you express all your thoughts, your subconscious patterns, your subconscious thoughts, your true emotions and feelings onto paper. And when you start writing, you allow your soul to properly express itself onto paper. And when it doesn't come from the mind, and when you just become in that state of flow where you just keep writing things which you are going through or which has happened, it helps you in clearing your mind and having an excellent thought process and decision making ability. So if you do not write in your life, that is a serious recommendation. You can check my blog. We post high vibration blogs try to post it every month, twice or thrice, but we have been posting some good blog, and I've been writing some really long articles and long words, long articles and essays about things which are interesting to me. As far as my vibrations are concerned, we just had a full moon, and I've written down a whole 3,000 word article about how full moon transforms our life, and 35 ways in which you also could transform your life with the full moon. I will leave the link in the description box. Check it out if you're interested in that, and if that resonates with you as well. Right, so after your with your gut feeling and your intuition, scale down writing in your life from 1 to 10. The fourth subcategory, which I would list down under the mind category, is learning. Now, I'm sure reading allows you to learn, but there are many more things which are of your interest, of your hobbies, of your skill set, or of anything which you might put some time out to learn. Now, I've decided to shoot a lot more videos, and I'm starting to learn a lot about how YouTube works and how you can make good videos, research good content, and it is helping me grow a lot, learn a lot of new different skills, and constantly keep evolving myself. So learning and applying again determines your quality of life, because you always will stay inspired and you'll always be growing only when you're learning. Sort of on the scale of 1 to 10, put where learning would fall in your current life. After that, the fifth subcategory under mind would be hobbies. Now, hobbies are the fun part of our life, and it elevates our well-being, our overall well-being, our overall space, and overall how we feel about ourselves. So if you're interested to paint, you could paint something like this. It's not painted by me, but if you're interested to probably sing or dance or whatever your hobby might be, I would encourage you to put more of such activities in your week, if not on your day, because that will help you nurture the creativity which is there inside you. And creativity is again nurturing your soul, and when your soul is nurtured, when you grow your soul, your life, your vibrations, everything is going to just change drastically, dramatically in your current state as well. So identify where you are currently as far as hobbies in your life are concerned, and put it on a scale of 1 to 10. Alright, now the third broad category after we have put body and mind is our relationships. Now, we as humans are relationship oriented people, and we need relationships, good relationships in our life to make us feel happy and to make us feel good about ourselves. Now, out of these relationships, you might have multiple relationships, but how I have identified is the first one being the significant other. You must be having somebody in your life who's very dear to you, and you could assess on a scale of 1 to 10 how good the current relationship with your significant other is, and that will help you determine ways to work on something and to put your time, put your effort into nurturing or building a relationship which is meaningful to you, for you to grow the quality of your life. The second subcategory under relationships is family. Now, family again is something which is very dear to us. It's just very important, and I've been lately identifying how important family is. This could be your parents, your siblings, or even your extended family, but nurturing relationships with these, with the people who you care about and people who you love, and who, you know, on a two-way street love you back and care about you as well. So it is important to stay in touch with them, constantly be in touch with them, call them, talk to them, meet them, and identify on a scale of 1 to 10 how good your relationship with family is, and put it on that scale to assess your current quality of life. Right, the third subcategory under relationships which I have identified is friends. Now, I've got a lot of friends in a lot of different places, and I know you are a very popular person, and it is difficult for you to keep in touch with everyone, stay in touch with everyone. But apart from your social media, apart from Insta and Facebook, I recommend you to get in touch with them, probably schedule a time to probably call or video call with them and talk to them and see what is happening in their current life and share stories about your life as well. And that is going to help you grow tremendously, because you're going to feel good about yourself, and that is something which they connect with you and they know you, and that is why they are your friends. So keep constantly being in touch with them. I know life can get so difficult sometimes that you don't even find time for yourself, but then that is when you realize what your priorities are. And if you're low on priority and low on scale from 1 to 10 with relationships of your friends, I would recommend you to put some more efforts on your friendships as well. Alright, the fourth subcategory under relationships is your work team. Now, a lot of time is being spent by all of us in our workplace, and it is important again to nurture the quality of people who are there in your work, and how you can possibly learn and grow together with them by learning their skill sets, by learning the way they behave, by learning from your leadership. And there are a lot of things which you can nurture with your work people as well. So how good your relationships are with your boss, with your co-workers, with your sub-workers and people who work under you as well. So you need to raise that level as well, because again, a lot of time is spent at work, and it is important to have some good relationships in your work life as well. Sort of 10, rate yourself how good your relationship with your co-workers are. Right, the fifth subcategory under relationships is yourself. Now, this shouldn't be coming at the last, but they should be coming at the start. But why I have put this as my fifth subcategory is because of the relevance of how important a relationship with yourself is. Now, if you do not understand yourself, if you do not find what makes you happy, what makes you sad, or what makes you feel good about yourself, then it is difficult to have relationships with other people as well. And if you don't understand yourself, how do you expect somebody else to understand you? How do you expect your significant other or your family or your friends or even your co-workers to understand you on a deeper scale? So spending time in solitude is something which really helps in building a relationship and nurturing a relationship with yourself. So if you think that you need to spend more time with yourself, then see where it lies in the scale of 1 to 10 and rate yourself down as to what your relationship is with yourself. Alright, the fourth broad category to determine or assess the quality of your life is the world around yourself, is the world around you. Now, apart from our body, our mind and our relationships, we also have an existing world, a society, a universe, earth, country, city, state, whatever you want to call it. So we've got a whole lot of different things in the surroundings, in nature, and a lot of other areas as well. So it is important to have a good quality with this environment as well, with the world around you as well. And the first broad category which I have identified under this category of the world around you is new people. Now, as I said earlier, when I have a lot of friends, it is possible because I keep constantly being in touch with new people. And what new people gives you is a new direction of thought, a new revelation in your life, or new insights which you might not be having from the people you already know. So if you think that you haven't met anyone new from a very long time, since a very long time, I think after you determine your quality of life and put that on your scale of 1 to 10, you could possibly go out and connect with new people to build a more diverse network and to build a more diverse way of thinking, and the more diverse way of culture which you will be adopting with somebody who's new. So lots of new stories, lots of new ideas, lots of new activities and inspirations could be found with new people. So go ahead and meet new people to create a good quality of your life. Right, now the second subcategory which we have listed under the category of the world around you to determine the quality of your current life is networking. Now, similar to meeting new people, networking, how I have put networking is to be work related. If I'm starting a channel or if I'm running a brand, to raise the vibrations. It's impossible for me to do this alone, and I would need other people to support me and to hold hands with, to help me fulfill the mission of sending a high vibration impulse to the cosmos. And I need to identify people like you who are watching this, who are working on themselves daily and raising their vibrations. And that is why when we work together, we connect together, and we help each other grow, to grow the extended society. That is how I think networking is going to help. And identify where you are with networking in your life and put it down on a scale of 1 to 10. Right, the third subcategory under the category of the world around you to assess or determine the quality of your life is environment and society. Now, climate change and taking care of nature is something which is very dear to my heart. And how I have put this is like, how well are you, or what are you doing to make this society or to help the environment stay sustainable? Now, this is going to give you a very deep relief and a very deep contentment to when you work from your own ways and work on your own ways to help sustain the community or to help nature to find its balance and to keep its balance. Now, this could also be related to planting more trees, or taking care of animals, or taking care of ocean life, or even your pets. It's important to raise the quality of life of other living beings apart from human beings as well, so that we in turn also get to raise the quality of our life. So help yourself by understanding where you are on the scale of 1 to 10 as far as environment, sustainability, and the society around you is, and note it down as to what your score of your current life is. Right, the fourth subcategory under the category of the world around you to assess the quality of your life is your neighbors. Now, personally, I live in a city where a lot of people are so busy that it's difficult for them to even know who their neighbors are and who is living with you. And it's important to love thy neighbor. And if you think you do not have a good relationship with your neighbor, I think you can cook some delicious meal and invite them to your place and have a good chat and get to know them, so that you might just raise how you feel about yourself, and who knows, you might even connect very well with your neighbors. So identify on a scale of 1 to 10 where you are with your neighbors and put it down to assess your current quality of life with your neighbors. Alright, the fifth subcategory and the last one which I have noted down is volunteering. Now, helping old people, or like I said, sustainable environment, or how volunteering would be different is when you perform certain selfless acts to aid or to assist someone in need. Now, I know we can relate this a lot with environment, but how I would put this is that this is more specific to somebody who's in drastic need, and when you put your energy out with people who are on the same page or on the same mission to help someone else's in need, you're going to feel fantastic about it. And if you haven't volunteered in an NGO or in any public society forum or anything which is happening in your neighborhood as well, then I think you could start to put some time out for volunteering as well, because again, that is going to make you feel so good, and your quality of life is drastically going to improve with volunteering as well. So put that out on a scale of 10, and that is where you complete all the lists which I have created for myself, which you could put. Now you could also add or subtract any additional subcategories under each category, or create your own custom made list. But how this really helps is, once you identify things which you're very good at, which you're already doing, I would encourage you to keep doing those things. And once you identify things which you're not doing very well at, you could put that in your habit trackers and start to create those habits. Like for example, if you're not exercising every day and you think you need to exercise, so you could start that in your habit tracker and push yourselves to exercise more daily. How I would ideally go about it, since there are so many of these things, under each category. Identify one thing which you're doing very well, which you would like to continue, and one thing which you're not doing very well, not doing so good, and you would like to put that in practice in your life from now onwards. And that is where you get 4 new habits to work on yourself. And if you put that on a habit tracker on a weekly or a monthly basis and track them, then you are just going to add 4 new habits and new ways of thinking, and your life is going to dramatically change from what it is at the current. Right, that was it. If you have any comments, or if you think you would like this video, I would recommend you to smash that like button and also to subscribe to my channel, because we come out with such daily high vibration content every day, and that is going to really help me grow my channel as well as fulfill my mission to raise our vibrations and to send that high vibration impulse to the cosmos. Alright, remember everyone, anything which creates distance, anything which creates separation, or anything which encourages competitiveness is a low vibration fear-based frequency, whereas anything which promotes togetherness, anything which promotes wholeness, anything which promotes oneness is a higher vibration frequency of love. So we request you all to promote togetherness, request you all to promote wholeness, request you all to promote oneness, and create that high vibration space around yourself. This is Ricky signing off from somewhere in India. All the love, joy, peace, abundance and happiness to you. Namaste.